Hello, welcome back to my channel. To all my subscribers, I just want to say hello. That's people who've been with me a little while, and all my new subscribers. Today's video is really about different ephemera that I have made. I've actually used most of these ideas are from quite old videos really of some YouTubers that I follow. The first one I've got is from Gayle Agostinelli. I followed one of her tutorials. It was really quite an old video. I'm going to link all the videos I've used down below, so if you want to go and make your ephemera, you will have the instructions. And this particular video was about how did she, I think she described it as dimensional, or I can't remember what word she used, but anyway, it makes really squidgy, lovely ephemera. I'll see if I can catch the noise of them. It's just something a bit different. Instead of having quite a flat piece of a journal card or tag, these just really, when somebody would pick them up out of the journal, or if you're doing it yourself, they just have a lovely feel to them. They're very simple. They're just some are scrapbook papers I've got, some are bits of old ephemera that I had and I've just cut round and shaped, old adverts, anything really. And then what you do, I'll show you on the bigger sheet that I haven't actually cut up yet. What she did was layer several layers of sewing paper, which is, mine is really old, this brown sewing tissue paper. She recommends about, I think she had 3 to 4 layers, and that is what I did. And then pop in a piece of coffee dyed paper or whatever you might want on the back of your ephemera. So you just layer it up into this lovely squidgy sandwich. Pop your ephemera that you want on the top, then you obviously sew around. I did mine on the sewing machine, and then once you're at that stage when they're all on there, and then you can just hear the noise, they're so lovely. Then obviously once you've done that, that's when you're then at cutting them out, and they just so, that one I did actually forget to put the coffee dye on the back, but I still actually like the plain tissue paper for writing on something different, but the others obviously have the coffee dyed on the back. So that was one idea, just to make, I think she called it dimensional ephemera. So that was one idea from Gayle Agostinelli. Another old YouTube video that I was watching was Tsunami Roses. She made, I think she'd made hers as Christmas pockets. I decided to make mine all sorts of different styles. Basically you just get a book page, whether it's dictionary, a normal book, I had a French book there, literally just get a page, layer up, usually it's background paper and then an image, and then just sewing around. Oh, I knew what I meant to bring was a I meant to bring an example of a journal page. We'll have to pretend with the back of this. And what you would do, say that was your journal page there, you would stick that on, just glue it around the 3 sides, and that leaves the top free, if that was a tag, to pop something in. So I hope that makes sort of sense. I should have brought my journal with me. So I did make one Christmas one there. I also made one just with some butterflies on. Obviously I did cut the notch out the top. I just think when that's on a page, it makes it easier to see that there is something behind there to pull out. Some birds, just an old image there. And that one I did a little bit differently. I decided to go around twice for a bit more messy stitching. I quite like how that's come out, and obviously inked the edges. So that was Tsunami Rose. Another old video that I was watching was Tracie Fox, where she was also using book pages, and I used some sewing sheet, but most of these are book pages. Fold them into 3, and then you just pop napkin on the other side as your sort of decoration. This is my favourite, I have to say. I think it was the napkin on that. I think there was too much grey next to the book page. That one's okay as well. Subtle is what I would say. Anyway, once they were in your let's pretend that was a tag. Once they were in your journal, which you can either glue down totally, glue down 3 sides and have a tuck there, or you could actually just clip them in and it would be a floating pocket. But say this was a tag, then when it was on your page, it would obviously have a bit more fibres or something on there. Then that's how it would look, and you would obviously remove your tag. So I just made 3 of those. The tutorial will be linked down below. And then I thought I had 4 ideas anyway. Oh, no, it must have just had 3 ideas. So then my other idea was from Bonny and Clive. I'm not sure how long ago this video was that she did. This was a lovely idea. You get food packaging or any old cardboard really, but I just used old food packaging that was going to go for recycling. Obviously collage it up. This was done on a big sheet. I think it came from a cereal box. So just collage it up, because then when you actually cut them out, they come out much more random than if you'd sat trying to individually collage these pieces. Because they are done on food packaging and you do pop obviously paper on the back for journaling, they're really substantial, and I do quite like that for a change from something quite flimsy. So let's say if we were popping that into there, they're just really quite substantial. I actually quite like that in there, look, with the birds and the birds. Anyway, Bonny and Clive, and then once you've collaged all your pieces of book page onto food packaging, you then cut out the tags that you want. You can zigzag stitch. She does zigzag right over the edge, and I did the same, and I have to admit I really love how that's come out. It makes them feel really quite secure. Pop a hole in, and then different fibres at the top. That was what I meant to say. You do that first because she does sew over it, and I've done that on most of these, and I do like how that looks. I've used bits of fabric because obviously I haven't got enough ribbon or seam binding, but these are just lovely tags. Some I've left collaged both sides, but most of them I have backed so that you can write on them. So that was just some more ephemera idea, going back through old videos that I've got, because I seem to be collecting videos. Oh, I'll make that, and I never get around to it. So one week, I think it was last week, I decided to just sit down and concentrate on one project at a time. That's enough from me for today. I will be back later in the week with a video. I have done my second tag and I'm just about to start my third tag in the handmade 52 tag challenge. So I'll be back later in the week with that video. But until then, thanks for stopping by. Bye bye.